Facebook, he's huge and growing. He kind of goes off on the Facebook side and then on the video side of Facebook. So doing business on Facebook, it does cost money, but on the value you get based off what is on Facebook, the value is there way more than anything else as far as marketing goes, because you have so many older people on the platform, and those older people do have the money to spend for stuff that they want. And so when you remind them of things that they might need, they are more likely to make a purchase there. And then on Facebook video as well, it's very shareable, and the numbers and statistics based on how the metrics are collected, a lot can be gained from that, and monetization as well. And so as people are able to make money doing stuff on Facebook, then people will go there. For Instagram, Gary had a lot to say about Instagram. And kind of the things to learn from Instagram are, as long as it's providing them value, people will be on the platform. And as much as it changes and is not as well suited to things because it works well, people are using it. So it's kind of some stuff he had to say about Instagram. eBay. One thing he had to say about eBay is that's how he kind of taught his brother to buy stuff at garage sales and then resell it on eBay. And so he has a soft spot in his heart for it. But as eBay has transitioned into more of an Amazon type website, there is now a hole again for an eBay type website to pop up. On podcasts, he talks about it comparatively to video. It has some unique strengths over video in the fact that it doesn't require you to have your head plugged into a screen to watch some form of content. If people are running around, if people are driving to work, or they're on a jog in the gym or something like that, or preparing dinner, they don't have to sit there and watch something. They can just merely listen. So it has some unique video benefits, and the fact that people are more likely to consume that content on a passive level. And on top of that, for content creators in the podcast department, if people get self-conscious on video, the audio form is a lot easier to make that step into, something like that. On Pinterest, he'd like to see Pinterest step up as a image search platform, because there's a lot of images on there and the linking that's on there is great. And so if they'd figure out a way to kind of monetize that and work that into their business, they have a huge thing there. On Kickstarter, the only thing he really says about Kickstarter is that he points out a case study of Oculus Rift and how they raised a lot of money and then it was sold for a lot of money. So a good business can be built off of Kickstarter, but it has to start out as a good business. For email, Gary talks about how it's not, the percentages of email marketing are not as good as it was in the past, but because people are still willing to give out their email, if you do have an email subscription service, he's trying to just make sure you're giving those people value if they are signed up for you. For Google Plus, the really interesting thing on this platform GaryVee mentions, because he does have a small following, even though he sees the platform as totally dead, but he still posts content to there because he cares for the people that are the early adopters and stick with that. And so he is not willing to, he's willing to stick it out and put out content even for a smaller audience, because someday that may turn into a transaction. And so he's still going to care for those people in that way because they are on that platform. Okay, and then in general, new stuff is coming. Being aware of what is going on and where the future is moving. This is kind of the thing I talked about at the beginning, and looking at, but as far as once you see where it's going, positioning yourself in a way to capitalize on